Hey guys, what is going on? Sharp Thinking here. I wanted to redo my Spyderco Police video, which, how would you guys know that I'm redoing it? Because I never published the original video. Damn. So I didn't even need to say that. But anyway, I have this Police 4 in FRN, and it was sent to me, not sent to me, handed to me by my good friend Nate. Nate is real as fuck, and he gave me this many years ago. We've been friends for years and years and years, and he is a fellow Ohioan knife collector guy and a lifting buddy. So thank you to Nate. You're real for this. Now, I did this video. I did not like the approach I took, and I don't feel like I praised this knife the way it should have been praised. So for those of you guys that don't know, this is a pretty old Spyderco design. The Police has been around for a very long time. Originally, it was available in like a full stainless steel with a hollow kind of grind on it. And it had a little swedge up here at the tip. Then it evolved to a full flat ground VG10 blade like this. Only with G10 and full steel liners that were not nested. And now we have reached our newest variation, which is the FRN. And I think this is a great addition. For the weight, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a better large folder. These are, well, I wouldn't say hard pressed because this is still my favorite. The military, I love the military, but that could just be, I guess, sort of a confirmation bias-esque, just me having a preference towards the knife that I've owned for a decade now. I've had these since I was a kid. Oops. Just hit the wall. That's all right. And I love the military, but this is very, very good. And I think it has a lot to offer, especially for the money. I recently looked into acquiring a PD1 DLC that I found and new from a reputable dealer. That came out to about $165 shipped for a Black Blade PD1. That's a good fucking deal. I mean, I don't know what the military ones are going for now. They don't often do sprint runs or new steels. I would love to see a PD1 or a 15V military because I believe that those are steels that really, really shine with this design, this long distal taper blade, which it shares in common with this. These are amazing knives to have in very high hardness, high carbide steels. They just perform, they work. Could they be susceptible to blade breakage due to the increased leverage? Typically when you see Spydercos break, they break along this. Yeah, absolutely. You have a lot more leverage, especially if you cut at the tip, than on a shorter blade, say like this. Fun size comparison here. That's a Dragonfly against this guy. No. So it's at least longer than the blade of the Police. Real quick, I guess we will do a size comparison. Here is the Native 5, another one of Spyderco's underrated knives. We have the PM2, which is not one of Spyderco's underrated knives. And we'll do two more non-Spyderco. Emerson Horseman and the MSI. So, big knife, right? I don't own a folder that is bigger than this. And for that reason, I think a lot of guys are not gonna like it, not gonna carry it. But I do have another friend, also named Nate, who carries a K390. And he is also now a lifting buddy of mine. And actually, both of those Nates, the one that got me this guy, and the one that has the K390 hang out together, and it gets really confusing. So getting into the handle, I like the handle a lot. I think these FRN backlock Spydercos have a lot of good ergonomic features that I've been very vocal about on some of the compression locks. When you have your surface area where your hand, where the meat of your hand right here is going to be contacting, you increase the force on that area by double. Yeah, you double it. This is fully, all the material is there, so you have a very high level of surface area, even more so than the military, which it does have this here, but you're not more than likely gonna be choked up like this. I typically will just kind of hold the knife, hammer grip it like this. What else can I talk about? The clip, you guys finally get your tip down or tip up, whatever. I don't know. I don't like tip up on knives this big. So I pull it out of my pocket, my hand's here. I gotta do a little, jump to get it up. And yeah, I don't know. I prefer the pluck and deploy. And a lot of these knives originally were offered in tip down because this is how you would carry a knife in a vest if your say right hand pocket was obstructed by a pistol. That is the primary reason for tip down, in my opinion. And I think it works well in everyday carry. I know people say with back pocket carry, someone could pluck it from your pocket and kill you with it. I've not had this experience yet in my 10 years of life. So I'm gonna keep doing it, and when the day comes, I'll worry about it then. So you do have all your clip options here, lefty, righty. Knife is ambi due to the backlock, and that's obviously a nice thing. And it's not taking anything away from the design, which is nice. And that is one of the biggest things about this, is it really is not an ambidextrous knife. You really, as a lefty, couldn't even use this, which is why they make a left-handed version. But the left-handed version is only available in standard configurations, so you don't really get to play around with the cool steels, M4, which I think a lot of us know and love. So it's unfortunate, but with this, you get all of those fun things. The K390 is not even a sprint. That is a normal production in this design. So I think that is a really, really strong reason why this is actually a lot better than people might think. And there's nothing wrong with VG10. The lifestyle I live, I am pretty active. I could rust out K390 in probably a week, which is why I don't always carry this guy. I carry a Spyderco Salt a lot because I run. In the winter, it's not as big of a problem, but in the summer, give me 3 days with a K390 and it'll be pitted. But yeah, I mean, you pick your steel based on your lifestyle, in my opinion. No one can tell you what to pick. It's got to come from you. I just think that a lot of the offerings and new releases that we're seeing in this design are going to be awesome. And I think between this, the military one, and I'm sorry, I forgot if I mentioned this. I was working on a boiler, so my hands are all gross. But between these three designs, the military 2, which I don't have yet, the military 1, and the police, I think that we're gonna have so many amazing offerings coming soon. As far as big distal taper, just general EDC knives. But in the last video, I don't think I sung the praises that this knife deserves. One thing that I would like to note is when you are doing really hard cutting with this backlock or any backlock, you will get a tiny bit of shift in the lock going back this way. This is something that was solved by Cold Steel's Triad Lock, which I actually think I have one right here. Had to get up for a second. But the integration of that stop pin resolves that issue. That is not something that I think is available to Spyderco yet due to patent laws. But when the time comes, I'm sure that they will consider it at least. But yeah, I mean, they've been making backlocks for a long time. I've carried many backlocks from them, and they all do this. So not a whole lot you can do. But at this point, I think I am starting to ramble, and yeah, so I'm going to end the video here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.